Shake it out, baby.
I am. I'm doing it right now. Okay. So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. We got a Thursday grid today, which means we could be in rebus country. We could be in who knows country. I mean, Tuesdays and Sundays have rebuses these days, and you never really know what you're going to get. So that's what makes the life of a cruciferbalist such a pleasure. And we have a fantastic Appassimento. This is a 2022 from the Contessa Marina, the Countess Marina. And this is an Apulian. And it's just got those bold sunshine, flavor-kissed grape cassis on the nose. And on the palate, we've got a tannic, well-finishing wine. I would assume somewhere in the 12.5 to 13.5% alcohol range. Very nicely finishing, complex, and a very deep color with volume. When I poured my initial nose in the video, I put very little in and it seemed very pale, but with volume, even on the white light, it is very, very deep red. So we may have a Bluetooth manufacturing device going on here, and if I'm Bluetoothing it, I apologize, but I do have an antidote in the bathroom on the sink. So that said, order of business real quick, and I want to make sure that everybody has a chance to voice their opinions. We don't really discuss political matters here, ever, nor do we really discuss religious matters or whatnot. There's nothing, we don't like to be, we don't want to be contrarian about anything, right? You know, I think everybody's welcome. We just kind of want to be an open arm kind of thing, right? And celebrate the diversity, no matter what you are and who you are. Where you might be on the world and the planet. I mean, this is all great stuff. So that said, we've been notified that they monetize the channel, which fantastic. That'll really help keeping the lights on around the community. But I got an email saying that I need to figure out what kind of ads that I don't want to run. And it's a long list of them, and I'm just thinking, well, I don't think I've ever seen anything terrible running on a YouTube ad, but I don't really pay attention to the ads because I used to make ads, and I'm like just like the cobbler in his shoes. He's always got the holy awful shoes, you know. She never works on their own shoes because they do it all day long, you know. Well, I mean, I made ads for years before I joined the Army, and I just don't want to see them, you know. So if there's something that you think that we should look into, a category of ads that you think people might find offensive or whatnot, then let me know, please. You can put it in the comments. You can send me an email. I'd be happy to take that into consideration. You know, I mean, we thrive on what the community tells us. We love your feedback, and that's important to us, and we always try to make it work for everybody. I mean, that's just the whole point of being a community, right? So this is not an autocracy. So therefore, your opinion matters. And so if there's something that you think that I should be focused on as far as ads or the types of ads we don't want to see, otherwise, I mean, it just, freedom of speech. I mean, I don't know. It's like a weak argument, but I don't really know what else to say about it. I mean, I just don't want to block something, or I don't care if I have to either. I just don't know where I should stand on it. So I'm asking you for your guidance, and that'd be fantastic if you will. But that said, the wine is fantastic. Let's hop into our grid. So I think we've got a John Kugelman, which should be an interesting Thursday. He's been producing constructions for some time now, edited, of course, by the great Mr. Will Shorts. If you want to have some fun, Google his degree program in the University of Indiana. I think he's a Hoosier. I think he was. I think he's got the only degree in that specialization. He's the only one that ever got it from the school. It's really crazy. Let's hop into see what we got. Okay, so Nosy Parkers. We got 6 letters. Could be any number of things here, but I could put yentas in right off the top of my head, and that's what I'm thinking, right? Yentas. Boy, they like to dish. Boy, they do. Talk amongst yourselves kind of a stuff, right? So I don't know. Let's see what we got. Let's see. So something to wear on a run. We're going to have to work on this one today. This was going to be work today. They're going to make me earn this. Anarchist Sacho. I think this is Nicola. It's another interesting fella to look up. Yeah, I mean, death penalty, and just all kinds of stuff back in the early 20th century. Without pretense. I don't know. I mean, there could be any number of things. You know, you want to think, well, you know, it's honest. You know, it's you know, it's not bent in any favor. There's no you know, hidden agendas or ulterior motives. But I have no idea. Elders derisively. I have no idea either. That could just be anything too. Preparation for a luau. It's 3 letters. I'm going with a pit. Going with a pit. I don't know what else you could possibly do to prepare for a luau. Let's see. Kill the pig. Throw it in the pit. I think that's pretty much the luau, right? You know, start the fire. Throw it. Yeah. I mean, this is. You know, give a dirty look. Oh gosh. Ogle at. Sneer at. Oh, nose. Nosy Parkers could be snoops though. It's not quite as funny as my Yenta, but it'll work. Something to wear on a run. No idea. I mean, source of the line, the female of the species is more deadly than the male, and that'll come to me. I'm thinking Rudyard Kipling, but I don't know. Half of an Arnold Palmer. Oh, first of all, if anybody ever orders you an Arnold Palmer, don't think you're going to get some really nice, you know, boozy cocktail. It's not a Tom Collins. It's iced tea and lemonade. It's Mensa for one. Been a member since 1988. Something to wear on a run. I guess this could be a ski cap, maybe? Like maybe it's a ski run. And that K would give me Kipling. So that feels good. I'm getting a little bit of closure here, and a little bit of closure goes an awful long way. Wouldn't you agree, Shotzi?
Yes.
Something to wear on a run. So I'm going to go with a ski, well, it could be a ski hat. I've seen them all in here. Mensa for one, I do not know. Without pretense, maybe openly. I don't know where they're going with it. Blank hat, no cattle. That would be all hat, no cattle. It's pretty funny thing that they do say in Texas. Not everybody, because not everybody's a rancher, and not everybody's got oil well. We don't all drive Cadillacs, and you know, we don't all live, you know, out in the country. So, music biz scandal. I think that would probably be payola. So then we've got a ski cap here, and Mensa for one. Looks like we've got olds for elders, and I guess that makes sense. But then again, so we've got this asterisk clue here, Mensa for one. That means we're probably part of the theme. The themes are only ever addressed on Sundays, as far as in the title. So we'll have to figure this out. Blank Enchanted. I think that's Ella Enchanted. I mean, I think Shotzi would know better than me.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's
One of the cutest shows. Okay, well that's a full-on straight-up report, and she's giving it without pretense. So, give it a dirty look would be to maybe sneer at. I think that was one of the things I said. Kind of makes me feel good. Well, yeah, it's a validation, right? Swiss Miss. Ooh. Oh. Maybe a Frau. But they speak French there too. So it could be... Oh. Yeah. But I'm seeing the R. See what we got here. So we've got a Big Do is a gala. What's a highlighted one? Institute known for the... So probably the Met. Metropolitan Museum of Art. Not on solid ground could be a C. Witty remark. First thing I could think of is a mot. But I would have probably called it a bon mot. So, make like a drum and beat it. The AM is correct. Let's check a C in mo there. Ditto for us. Maybe... We've got 5 letters. How about so are we? So are we. I felt it. Formal vote could be a yay. Strip poker. Oh, an all. Got it. So like a leather belt strip or something, perhaps. Ta-da! A. Voila. So I think we have Amscray up here. Make like a drum and beat it. Now that's pretty funny. I don't really see a lot of ever Pig Latin in the grid. London's Savile Row. Federal Observers. Oh, good. I was like, ML. What is that? A really long Roman numeral date or MLK Day. So Shepherd's Stick would be a crook. What's never free of charge? How about an ion? Certain seasonal workers. How about reindeer? Clever, clever. Homophone of 26 down. Well, formal vote. I guess maybe an I. So maybe an I is our homophone. And informal. This is why this could never be converted into a podcast. It would make no sense if you couldn't see the grid. I don't think. Informal 26 down. So maybe, yep. Maybe. 8, see, HBO comedy with 17 Emmys. I guess we're talking about the Veep. Never seen that. I hear it's so good, though. I really feel like I should try it. Second star ever photographed after the sun, and I have no idea, but I'm assuming it's Vega. I'm assuming it's an assumption. 2013 film that presaged ChatGPT, and I think that was her. Didn't somebody fall in love with, I can't say it, I don't want to wake what's her name up here, but they made a movie about SIRI, right? Wasn't that what it was about? Prowl could be to hunt, so that lines up with her. And captivate. Enamor, maybe? I'm trying to think of what I could put in there with just those 3 letters at the end. Don't give me a lot of options. Bakery devices. Maybe mixers. What do we got here? X, Y, and sometimes Z. So X, Y, and sometimes Z. So I guess we have an axis versus axes. But then again, there's no Oxford comma. And to be honest with you, I gotta have an Oxford comma. Otherwise, you might be eating grandma. Croaked. I'm gonna assume we didn't die. Let's go with a rasp. We rasped. Work on my enunciation. Preceder of way or word. How about in a way? In a word. Disposable. No, we got axes. Okay, so we got the plurals there. X, Y, and sometimes Z. Now that makes sense. Now I kind of feel silly. You learn something new every day. Sometimes you're reminded of something new every day in a crossword. Disposable. So maybe one use. That's where I was going a while ago, and I realized I had made a huge error. Now, bakery devices. Going with mixers. Did I say that? I felt like I said it. Does it really matter? Not a bit. Laptop brand, probably Acer or Asus. No way for me to know. So SNL alum Gasteyer. I think that's Anna, but can't be for sure. Give height as a hairdo or a hint for entering the answers to the starred clues. So I guess we're going to tease up. So we got an Asus laptop there. Clapped back at, back clapping. How about sassing our way? So one rushing to a code blue in brief. Well, I'm married to one of these. And let's see. So bacchanals, maybe benders. I might have engaged in various forms of bacchanalia at some point. Definitely an enophile. Stage props. Question mark. Probably, let's give him a hand. Maybe. What do we got here? Chamber opening. How about an ante-chamber? Words from a loudspeaker. Maybe. It's not a loudspeaker. This is a loudspeaker. Besides, I think a loudspeaker, as in a loudspeaker that, want. I think that's one word, maybe? I don't even know. gonna have to turn in my English degree at some point. Maybe a rant, so yeah. Let's see. Okay, Chippewa neighbors, and that would be the Cree, so fat-fingered Savile Row. Oopsie. One of the Gilmore girls, no idea. C's red could be gets hot. I don't know anything about the Gilmore Girls. I mean, I really don't. Maybe a Rory, maybe a Rosie, no idea. Word with drum or trumpet, and that could be an ear. So maybe a Rory. Insect name for the Virgin Mary, and I'm assuming we're talking about a ladybug. That I did not know. So that's pretty cool. Mononymous Irish singer, and it's almost always going to be Enya or Bono, so I guess we can see what we got. Charles Darwin's ship, and that would be the HMS Beagle. I'm going to just put Beagle in because I clearly don't know. I don't know. A listing at Christie's would be a lot. I could be wrong about the Beagle. We've got Bono here. So what do we got here? So the younger Lennon's son would be... Darling, 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 darling Sean. And a female in Mexican style wrestling. I guess I didn't even see this one. So we have a luchadora. I didn't know that either. So, all right. I'm getting all kinds of knowledge out of this one. Got a Rory, an Anna, got a luchadora. Learned about a ladybug. This is fun stuff. One going for a little bite. How about a flea? A flea, I say. Give it a dirty look. I knew Ogle would show up. I did not know that, but I kind of had a suspicion it could have been up top. One with a minority opinion about the shape of the world. Okay, so we had this cons up here. Mensa for one. We've got another asterisk clue here. One with a minority opinion about the shape of the world, and I guess this may be a flat earther. Do I have a rebus in there? I mean, it's just an F that goes before the LA, I think. Now we're getting confusing. Over the top dramatic. Stick with it. End of a Senate address, maybe .gov. So maybe stick with it could be to glue. Dissemble is to flat out lie. Funny. I don't think I've seen that in here in a long time, if ever. Upton Sinclair novel. Yes, I think a lot of us forget about oil. And we're always focused on, the jungle. But, oil, I guess, yeah. I don't know. So material for some ropes and curtains, and I'm assuming we're talking about velvet, which is also a fine medium for portraits of Elvis. Or dogs playing poker. It's a good one. Bribable. If I had to guess, I'd say venal. But we'll put it in for grins and giggles, but I have no idea where we're going with it. So we had cons up there for Mensa. Tease up. I'm not finding it. One of you might have to explain this to me if we get through this thing. We might have to reveal it because I really don't know what's going on in this grid. Two sure things. I can think of death and taxes. We've got maybe a flat earther. So yeah, maybe you put it at D. What do we got now? Over the top dramatic. Could be full diva. But I don't know why we can't go with the masculine. It was full Devo. I mean, that can be over the top dramatic too, right? Yikes worthy could be cringy. Is that an EY? I've never spelled it. One from Hamburg, and that would be ein. As a definite article, or the letter one. Yikes worthy. So I guess we've got that. Yeah, so Hyde Park is FDR's home. Yeah, I didn't put any rebus is in. We're probably, I don't even know if this is going to solve out for us, and that's going to be bad. Filled out wrong, say maybe invalid. Gender prefix, I'm assuming we're talking about cis. GOP group could be the RNC. And not equilateral or isosceles would be scalene. So, how do we do Bob? I'm really nervous about this. I'm hesitating here. I don't know what I was supposed to do. So, how about scalene? How do we do, Bob? I have no idea. So let's hop into this and take a look, because okay, just again, Snoops. Let me just go through here. Am's great. There's no asterisk there. No, none there. None there. Didn't miss any of that. Okay, and all hat, no cattle. Payola, nothing there. So so far, all I'm seeing as far as this is concerned is cons, FLA, death and taxes maybe. Okay, but that lights up. So what did these light up? So to tease up, flat, FLA, is that supposed to be Florida? Is this the DEA? And cons, as in convicts maybe? Or yikes. Yeah, okay. Give height as a hairdo or a hint for answering the answers to the 3-starred clues. And honestly, that's just it. We've got 3-starred clues here. And tease up. Yep, no, it's not coming to me. See, the problem is that I'm in the forest right now, and as a result of my intra-forest existence, metaphorically speaking, I'm unable to see the trees. So if anybody's got an idea, otherwise I'll have to read the wordplay article, because I don't know what's going on at all whatsoever. But otherwise, it was it was a great grid. I mean, it was fun, and I got a lot of learning out of it. Some things I better really, commit to memory. But really, some really nice new fill language was great. I don't think I've ever seen olds in there before. I'm fairly certain I haven't seen Nikola except with a K and Tesla, so that was cool to see that as well. And it's just more evidence of how well I'm going to have to clue the grid that I have constructed, and that really is going to be the work of it. Love seeing scalene, by the way. And if someone were to ask me the difference between equilateral or isosceles, I'd have a hard time with that, but I'd probably get around to it eventually in an oral essay. But the scalene was fabulous. I would have probably just said, the opposite of isosceles. But nevertheless, that's what it is. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but I do enjoy mathematics, or the maths. So that said, let's go ahead and bring down our Benny Your Dad too. Fabulous grid today to John Kugelman. Outstanding, sir. Bravo. And with that said, so with the channel, if you could just give me any advice that you might have on how we should proceed forward, and you can do it in an email. You can send me a direct message on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, and you can send me a note that way. I don't mind either way. I mean, my name's the same. It's at the very last. It's christopher.combest, right? I'm pretty easy to find. So there's not a lot of us on the planet, and so, but I've got a couple of last name related cousins. One's an attorney in Chicago who's pretty famous for whatever he does, and another one is a professor of the tuba. I think he's a tuba professor or a music professor, and I think he's at Tennessee or somewhere. But yeah, we're all supposedly related, but I don't know them. So that said, but there are super thanks down there. You can subscribe, which is absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and if you want to make a bigger commitment to this relationship, that'd be great. Appreciate that. Likes are nice. I just love the likes. They're very, very nice and very kind for people to do. And any comments I get, I got a whole boatload of them from last night while I was sleeping, and I can't wait to answer them when this is processing later. So I love interacting with each and every one of you. But there's also this super thanks button now, so if you want, you can buy me a glass of wine. And that would be nice too. So it's just been a lot of hard work getting this whole thing to come together, and it's finally starting to come together. And it feels really good. And like I said, it's always just a real privilege to be here with you. So until next time, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well out there. Take care of yourselves, your friends, and your family. All that's very important. Your neighbors, it's just the same. But try to be nice to the strangers behind you in line if you can absolutely stomach it. Be well. Cheers.